Welcome to the Prescott Lab Podcast, not just theory, practical science for everyone. I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott. Today we're talking about something every man over 60 needs to understand. Losing fat and gaining muscle isn't the same game it used to be. Your body changes and the rules shift. But don't worry, knowing how these changes work gives you the power to fight back. Here's the deal: muscle loss, or sarcopenia, starts subtly in your 30s and hits harder after 60. Think of your muscles as your metabolism's engine. When that engine shrinks, burning fat becomes harder and building muscle feels like climbing uphill. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormone drop, insulin sensitivity worsens, all making it tougher to gain muscle and easier to store fat. And your metabolism slows down, so if you eat like you did in your 40s, you'll pack on pounds. Recovery takes longer too. Your muscles don't bounce back as fast, so pushing too hard without smart rest leads to injury or burnout. Want to know where you stand? Try standing up from a chair 5 times fast and time yourself. If it feels tough or slow, that's a red flag. Grip strength is another simple test. Strong grip usually means healthier muscles. Here's the important part: this isn't about accepting decline. It's about understanding your body's new rules and making smart moves to win. If this episode hits home, here's what you can do right now. Hit that like button. It might seem small, but every like helps us reach more men just like you, building a community ready to take back their health. And if you've got questions, experiences, or even doubts, drop a comment below. I read everyone. Your voice helps me tailor these podcasts to what matters most to you. Because this journey isn't solo, it's a team effort. And together, we'll break down these barriers. Next time, we'll build your nutrition blueprint, the exact protein, timing, and foods your body craves to fuel muscle and burn fat after 60. Thanks for trusting me to be part of your journey. Stay strong, stay curious, and remember, it's never too late to fight back. Foundational nutrition, protein, and essential micronutrients. Now that you understand the fundamental shifts your body is going through as you age, it's time to focus on one of the most powerful levers you have at your disposal: nutrition. More specifically, protein, the essential building block for preserving and building muscle mass. You might have heard the old guideline that adults need about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Well, that number just doesn't cut it for men over 60. Research published in peer-reviewed journals like the 2020 review by Smith et al. Clearly shows that older adults require at least 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram each day to counteract muscle loss, known medically as sarcopenia. Why the jump? Simply put, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein, which means we need more to achieve the same muscle-maintaining effect. But it's not just about hitting a total daily protein target. The timing and distribution throughout your day are just as important. Studies such as the 2018 investigation by Leenders and colleagues, published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, demonstrated that evenly spreading your protein intake over 3 to 4 meals, each containing roughly 30 grams of protein, maximizes muscle protein synthesis better than loading most protein into just 1 or 2 meals. Think of it like fueling a high-performance engine consistently rather than pouring all your fuel in at once and hoping for the best. Beyond protein, micronutrients play a crucial role that's often overlooked. Vitamin D, calcium, and vitamin B12, for example, are vital for muscle function, bone strength, and energy metabolism. According to the National Institutes of Health fact sheets, deficiencies in these nutrients are common among older adults and can significantly impair muscle health and recovery. Ensuring adequate intake through food or supplements under medical guidance is key. In terms of practical food choices, prioritize lean animal proteins like chicken, fish, eggs, and dairy, which are rich in the amino acid leucine, a critical driver of muscle synthesis. For plant-based eaters, combining complementary protein sources like beans and whole grains ensures you get a complete amino acid profile, as recommended in comprehensive reviews like Bauer et al. 2018. Tracking your nutrition doesn't have to be a chore. Tools like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer provide user-friendly ways to monitor your daily protein and micronutrient intake, helping you stay on target without guesswork. Action checklist. Consume 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. Smith et al. 2020. Distribute protein evenly across 3-4 meals, aiming for tilde 30 grams per meal, Leanders et al., 2018. Ensure adequate vitamin D greater or equal to 800 IU/day, calcium and vitamin B12 intake, Ni 2020. Favor leucine-rich protein sources like lean meats, fish, eggs, and dairy. Combine plant proteins if vegetarian or vegan, Bauer et al., 2018. Use nutrition tracking apps to log and adjust intake. Common pitfalls and solutions. Insufficient protein intake. Incorporate protein shakes or more frequent smaller meals. Neglecting micronutrients. Get periodic blood tests and supplement as advised. Progress indicators. Achieving protein targets on at least 5 days per week. Noticeable improvements in muscle strength and recovery within 4 weeks. This foundational nutrition strategy sets the stage for effective muscle gain and fat loss in older men. Next, we'll move on to training, the smart, safe approach to building strength that respects your body's unique needs as you age. Strength training, train smart, train consistently. Now that you've got your nutrition dialed in, it's time to talk about how to move your body in ways that build muscle safely and effectively. Strength training isn't just for young athletes. It's essential for anyone over 60 who wants to reclaim strength, improve metabolism, and fight off the muscle loss that sneaks up with age. The American College of Sports Medicine's 2019 position stand makes it clear. Resistance training 2 to 3 times a week delivers substantial benefits for older adults. This isn't about lifting heavy weights like a bodybuilder overnight. It's about consistent, targeted exercises that engage major muscle groups and promote muscle hypertrophy and endurance. Start with full-body workouts including exercises for legs, chest, back, shoulders, and arms. Focus on proper form rather than heavy weights at first. Your body needs time to adapt and recover. Progressively increase the intensity as you build confidence and strength. One important thing to keep in mind, recovery matters. Your muscles take longer to heal as you age, so incorporate rest days between sessions and listen to your body to avoid overtraining or injury. Research, including clinical trials from the NIH, demonstrates that combining resistance training with proper protein intake leads to the best outcomes in muscle gain and fat loss. Remember, training and nutrition are partners in this journey. One can't succeed without the other. Practical tools like guided workout videos designed for seniors and apps with customizable training plans can make starting and maintaining your routine much easier. Action checklist. Engage in resistance training 2-3 times per week focusing on major muscle groups. Axum 2019. Prioritize form and controlled movement over heavy lifting at the beginning. Gradually increase weight or resistance to continue progression. Allow at least 48 hours of rest between sessions for recovery. Use guided resources or apps tailored for older adults. Common pitfalls and fixes. Skipping warm-up or rushing form. Always warm up and practice slow, controlled reps. Pushing too hard too soon. Start light, increase gradually to prevent injury. Ignoring recovery. Schedule rest days and sleep well. Progress indicators. Increase strength or repetitions week over week. Improved ease in daily activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries. Reduced fatigue and soreness after workouts. With training and nutrition working hand in hand, you're building a strong foundation to regain control over your body. Up next, we'll cover how to manage your calorie intake to shed fat without sacrificing muscle mass. A delicate balance, but absolutely doable. Calorie management, losing fat without losing muscle. Now that you're fueling your body right and training smart, the next piece of the puzzle is managing your calorie intake. It's about creating the right environment for fat loss without sacrificing those hard-earned muscles. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down, meaning we burn fewer calories at rest. That's why eating like you did in your 40s or 50s often leads to unwanted fat gain now. The key is to create a moderate calorie deficit, typically reducing your daily intake by about 10 to 20% below your maintenance needs. But here's the catch. Cutting calories too aggressively can backfire, triggering muscle loss and metabolic slowdown. Scientific guidelines from the Mayo Clinic Proceedings 2023 emphasize a balanced approach where you reduce calories enough to lose fat, but maintain high protein intake and resistance training to protect muscle. Tracking your daily calorie needs can start with using simple calculators online or apps, adjusting as you monitor your weight and body composition. Aim for a sustainable pace of fat loss around half a kilo per week to keep your energy levels stable and avoid burnout. Also, prioritize nutrient-dense, whole foods, lots of vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and minimize refined sugars and processed carbs. This approach not only helps with fat loss but supports overall health and vitality. Remember, this isn't a race. Patience and consistency are your best allies. Action checklist. Calculate your maintenance calories and reduce by 10-20%. Mayo Clinic Proceedings, 2023. Maintain protein intake at 1,215 g/kg to preserve muscle. Monitor progress weekly and adjust intake accordingly. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods and minimize processed sugars/carbs. Avoid extreme calorie cuts to prevent muscle loss. Common pitfalls and fixes. Cutting calories too drastically. Use gradual reductions and monitor energy/mood. Neglecting protein when dieting. Prioritize protein to protect muscle. Ignoring hunger cues. Choose satiating foods like fiber and protein. Progress indicators. Steady fat loss of (0, 5 kg/week without strength decline. Stable energy and mood during dieting. Improved body composition, less fat, preserved muscle. With your calories managed wisely alongside your nutrition and training, you're in a prime position to lose fat and gain muscle sustainably. Next, we'll explore smart supplementation. How omega-3s, vitamin D, and targeted protein supplements can give your progress an extra boost. Smart supplementation, omega-3, vitamin D, and protein supplements. As we continue building on the foundations of nutrition and exercise, it's essential to address the role that smart supplementation can play in optimizing muscle health and fat loss after 60. While food remains your primary source of nutrients, certain supplements have been shown by rigorous scientific research to provide meaningful benefits, especially when dietary intake or absorption falls short. One of the most widely studied supplements for muscle health in older adults is omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA docosahexaenoic acid. A 2020 review by Smith and Gray published in Nutrients highlights omega-3 anti-inflammatory properties and its capacity to enhance muscle protein synthesis in aging muscle tissue. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a key driver of sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength that begins subtly in middle age but accelerates after 60. Omega-3 supplementation, typically dosed at 1 to 3 grams daily, can help mitigate this inflammation, promoting a more anabolic environment conducive to muscle repair and growth. From clinical experience, I recall a patient, let's call him John, aged 65, who suffered from persistent muscle soreness and stiffness. After incorporating a daily omega-3 supplement alongside his resistance training and optimized protein intake, he reported marked improvements in muscle recovery and overall strength after about 12 weeks. Objective measures corroborated his experience, showing enhanced muscle function and reduced markers of inflammation. Vitamin D is another crucial micronutrient that often flies under the radar, but is vitally important for older adults. The National Institutes of Health (NIH) fact sheet from 2020 emphasizes that vitamin D deficiency is widespread in seniors and correlates strongly with impaired muscle function, increased risk of falls, and reduced bone density. Vitamin D supports muscle contraction and the regulation of calcium homeostases, which are critical for maintaining strength and preventing fractures. Supplementing with at least 800 to 1,000 IU per day, tailored to blood levels confirmed by testing, is a widely recommended practice for those at risk. In terms of protein supplementation, whey protein remains the gold standard, owing to its rich leucine content and rapid digestibility. A 2018 systematic review by Bauer et al. In Clinical Nutrition affirms that when older adults struggle to meet protein requirements through diet alone, whether due to reduced appetite, dental issues, or lifestyle constraints, protein supplements can bridge the gap effectively. Supplementation combined with resistance training significantly improves muscle mass and strength compared to exercise alone. It's important, however, to understand that supplements are adjuncts, not substitutes for a balanced, nutrient-dense diet. Relying solely on supplements without addressing overall diet quality and training will not yield sustainable results. Before beginning any supplementation regimen, it's prudent to consult with a healthcare provider to assess individual needs, potential contraindications, and appropriate dosages. For example, excessive vitamin D intake without monitoring can lead to toxicity, and omega-3 supplements may interact with blood-thinning medications. Key takeaways and action points. Supplement omega-3 fatty acids EPA/DHA at 1,3 g daily to reduce inflammation and promote muscle protein synthesis. Smith and Gray Nutrients 2020. Maintain adequate vitamin D levels with 800-1,000 IU daily, verified by Serum 25. OD testing, NE 2020. Use whey or plant-based protein supplements to meet daily protein targets if dietary intake is insufficient. Bauer et al. Clinical Nutrition 2018. Supplements should complement, not replace, a nutrient-rich diet and structured exercise. Always consult a healthcare professional before starting supplementation. Common challenges and solutions. Challenge: starting supplementation without medical guidance. Solution: schedule blood tests and professional consultation to tailor doses safely. Challenge: expecting immediate results from supplements alone. Solution: understand that benefits accrue over weeks to months and depend on consistent intake alongside diet and training. Challenge: discontinuing supplements prematurely. Solution: commit to a supplementation period of at least 8-12 weeks before evaluating effectiveness. Performance metrics. Reduction in muscle soreness and improved recovery times after 8-12 weeks of supplementation. Blood test confirmation of normalized vitamin D levels. Measurable improvements in muscle strength and endurance during training. This strategic approach to supplementation, rooted in scientific evidence and clinical experience, serves as a valuable component in your journey to lose fat and gain muscle after 60. Next, we will delve into the critical importance of nutrient timing and workout scheduling to maximize these gains. Nutrient timing and workout scheduling, maximizing muscle growth. Understanding when to eat and when to train is just as important as what you eat and how you train, especially once you're past 60. Your body's ability to build muscle and burn fat depends heavily on timing nutrients to coincide with your workout routine. This concept, known as nutrient timing, is backed by a growing body of scientific evidence and clinical experience. A pivotal study by Leenders and colleagues published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, 2018, demonstrated that older adults achieve better muscle protein synthesis when they evenly distribute their protein intake across the day. Instead of consuming most of your protein in 1 or 2 large meals, aim to eat moderate amounts, around 30 grams spread over 3 to 4 meals. This consistent supply of amino acids keeps your muscles primed for growth and repair throughout the day, counteracting the natural decline in muscle-building efficiency that comes with aging. But nutrient timing isn't limited to meal distribution. The timing of protein intake in relation to exercise is crucial. Research from Moore et al. 2015 in Applied Physiology, Nutrition, and Metabolism supports the idea of an anabolic window, a period roughly 30 to 60 minutes after resistance training during which consuming protein significantly enhances muscle recovery and growth. For older adults, whose muscles respond less robustly to exercise stimuli, capitalizing on this window becomes even more important to maximize gains. From a practical standpoint, this means planning your day so that you consume a protein-rich meal or shake before and after your workouts. Pre-workout protein provides amino acids to muscles during training, potentially reducing muscle breakdown, while post-workout intake jumpstarts repair and synthesis. For example, a breakfast containing eggs and yogurt before a morning workout, followed by a post-workout smoothie with whey protein and fruit, can be an effective strategy. Another key factor is scheduling your resistance training sessions with appropriate rest periods. According to the American College of Sports Medicine's 2019 position stand, adults over 60 should allow at least 48 to 72 hours of recovery between sessions targeting the same muscle groups. This recovery time is essential because the aging process slows down tissue repair mechanisms. Ignoring this can lead to overtraining, increased injury risk. And stalled progress. I've seen many clients who rush into frequent, intense workouts without respecting recovery. One patient, Mike, aged 68, was frustrated by persistent soreness and plateaued strength gains until we adjusted his schedule to allow more rest and aligned his protein intake around workouts. Within weeks, his recovery improved and he started to see consistent strength improvements. Using technology can make managing all this easier. Nutrition tracking apps like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer not only help you meet your daily protein goals, but can remind you to consume protein at key times and log your workouts, creating a seamless schedule. Setting alarms or calendar notifications for meals and training sessions can keep you accountable, especially when life gets busy. Comprehensive action checklist. Distribute protein intake evenly across 3 to 4 meals daily, targeting approximately 30 grams per meal to maintain muscle protein synthesis throughout the day. Leanders et al. 2018. Consume protein within 30 to 60 minutes after resistance training to optimize muscle repair and growth. Moore et al. 2015. Schedule resistance training sessions 48 to 72 hours apart for the same muscle groups to ensure sufficient recovery and avoid overtraining. Axum 2019. Incorporate pre- and post-workout protein meals or shakes to maximize training benefits. Utilize nutrition and workout tracking apps to synchronize meal timing and exercise sessions and set reminders for consistency. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Neglecting the post-workout protein meal. Prepare easier-to-consume protein-rich options like shakes or Greek yogurt in advance. Training too frequently without adequate rest. Respect the recommended recovery period. Remember, more is not always better. Irregular or skipped meals. Use technology or alarms to maintain a consistent schedule and avoid missing protein intake windows. Performance metrics to track. Noticeable improvement in strength and muscle recovery within 4 to 6 weeks. Consistent achievement of protein intake goals at optimal times. Reduction in post-workout fatigue and soreness. Improved adherence to workout and nutrition schedule over time. Mastering nutrient timing alongside smart training strategies creates the perfect synergy for muscle growth and fat loss in your 60s and beyond. This level of precision helps overcome the natural physiological hurdles that aging imposes, turning effort into measurable results. Up next, we'll explore how to monitor your progress effectively and adjust your regimen to stay on track for lasting success. Monitoring progress and making adjustments stay on track. By now, you've set the stage with the right nutrition, training, and timing. But here's the secret sauce that often gets overlooked: tracking your progress and tuning your plan as you go. Without regular check-ins, even the best programs can stall or veer off course. First, let's talk metrics. The simplest, most effective indicators to monitor are your body composition, strength levels, and how you feel day to day. Body composition, measuring fat versus lean mass, is more telling than just the number on the scale. Tools like skinfold calipers, bioelectrical impedance scales, or even just measuring tape for waist and limb circumferences can give you actionable insights. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2019, underscores that regular assessment helps identify if you're losing fat while preserving or gaining muscle, which is the gold standard outcome. Strength improvements are another crucial barometer. Track the weight you lift, number of reps, or your ability to perform everyday tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries. Noticeable gains here mean your training and nutrition are hitting the mark. Don't forget subjective factors: energy levels, recovery time, sleep quality, and mood. These affect consistency and long-term success. Research in Gerontology, 2020, points out that positive feedback loops from feeling better physically and mentally fuel motivation to stick with your program. Let me share a story. One client, Robert, 67, was frustrated because the scale barely budged despite working out hard. After switching to tracking body measurements and strength benchmarks, he realized he was losing fat but gaining muscle, a win that the scale alone didn't show. That clarity renewed his commitment and improved his results dramatically. How often should you track? Monthly check-ins strike a good balance, frequent enough to notice trends but not so often you get discouraged by natural fluctuations. Use simple tools, a journal, smartphone apps, or spreadsheets to log your numbers and notes. Set realistic, incremental goals and celebrate small wins to stay motivated. If progress stalls, don't panic. Adjust calorie intake slightly, tweak training intensity, or reassess protein consumption. Your body is dynamic. Your plan should be too. Monitoring checklist. Measure body composition monthly, fat percent, muscle mass, circumferences, Ajkin 2019. Track strength gains weekly or biweekly, weights lifted, reps, functional tasks. Record subjective well-being, energy, mood, sleep quality. Keep a simple log or use apps for data collection. Set realistic goals and adjust program based on trends. Common issues and solutions. Focusing solely on scale weight, include body composition and strength for a complete picture. Getting discouraged by natural fluctuations. Understand normal variability and focus on long-term trends. Neglecting subjective well-being, address fatigue or sleep issues promptly to avoid burnout. Success indicators: consistent fat loss with muscle maintenance or gain over 3+ months, progressive increases in strength and function, improved energy and motivation. Effective tracking turns your journey into a feedback-driven process, empowering you to make informed adjustments and stay on the path to lasting health and vitality. Coming up, we'll cover how to recognize common pitfalls and troubleshoot your program before they derail your progress. Common pitfalls and how to overcome them, troubleshooting for success. Even the most dedicated men over 60 face hurdles on the path to losing fat and building muscle. These challenges are normal, but knowing the common pitfalls and, more importantly, how to avoid or fix them can be the difference between frustration and lasting success. First, inconsistent protein intake quietly sabotages progress. Skipping meals, low appetite, or poor planning often lead to insufficient protein, which delays muscle repair and growth and raises the risk of muscle loss. The solution is simple. Plan your meals ahead, include protein-rich snacks or shakes when appetite dips, and commit to hitting 2 to 1. 5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight every day, spread evenly across your meals. Second, overtraining without proper recovery is a frequent mistake. Your body needs 48 to 72 hours to repair muscles after resistance workouts. Ignoring this leads to soreness, injury, and burnout. Listen to your body, prioritize quality sleep, and use active recovery techniques like gentle walking or stretching on rest days to keep muscles primed and ready. Third, drastic calorie restriction often backfires. Aggressive dieting can cause muscle loss, metabolic slowdown, fatigue, and poor workout performance. Sustainable fat loss requires a moderate calorie deficit, about 10 to 20% below your maintenance calories, combined with sufficient protein intake and resistance training to protect your muscle mass. Fourth, neglecting micronutrients can silently undermine your efforts. Deficiencies in vitamin D, calcium, and B12 are common among older adults and can impair muscle function and recovery. Regular blood tests and medically guided supplementation ensure you aren't unintentionally setting yourself back. Finally, skipping progress tracking leaves you flying blind. Without monitoring body composition, strength improvements, and overall well-being, it's impossible to tell what's working and what's not. Use simple tools like journals, photos, or smartphone apps to track your results and make informed adjustments along the way. Quick action checklist. Plan and consistently consume adequate protein daily. Respect rest days, prioritize quality sleep and active recovery. Implement moderate calorie deficits, avoid crash dieting. Regularly test and supplement key micronutrients as needed. Track strength, body measurements, and well-being consistently. If you found this guide helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button. It lets me know we're reaching the men who need this information the most. And if you have questions, experiences, or tips, please drop a comment below. I read every message because this journey is about your health as much as mine. Remember, perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Spotting and fixing these common pitfalls early will keep you on the path to success. With patience, smart choices, and steady effort. Losing fat and gaining muscle after 60 isn't just possible, it's sustainable. Thank you for trusting me to guide you. Keep moving forward with confidence, knowing every step counts.